Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, the topic is going to be different, but something that's incredibly important. I'm diving into the Israel-Hamas War. I'm going to talk about how the war is affecting Israel, its economy, its people, and people like you and me outside of Israel. So let's get into the video. But before I go into the topic that I did my research on, if you could do two things for me. One is like and the other is subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So the situation in Israel right after the October 7 attacks has completely changed the economic landscape. Israel, the country that's known for its burgeoning tech startup culture, its robust economy, it's taken a huge hit after getting into this altercation with Hamas. And I think we can both agree that this war, it does not just have national implications. It has implications for all of us, and it really does impact the supply chain, the global market, including you and me. Starting off, we need to discuss the drastic changes that we're seeing in the culture and the economic environment. So the sudden surge in patriotism and nationalism has overtaken Israel's previous status, which was a robust tech startup. Israel's GDP in the fourth quarter of 2023 plummeted by 19%, a stark indicator of the worst toll on the economy. So obviously the shift from economic growth to a wartime economy, it's having drastic implications for Israel, and we're seeing that already. One of the striking effects that we're seeing that's coming out of this conflict is actually about employment. With hundreds of thousands of military-aged men going out to the front line, it's actually left a lot of the corporations and offices empty. And that obviously brings stalled productivity and just lower output numbers. Although many reservists have come back and they are filling up the position slowly, the threat on Israel still remains, and that obviously has an implication on the economic stand of Israel. But here's the thing, the war hasn't just impacted the internal economy, it's also impacted the international relations that Israel holds with other countries. The global reputation that Israel once held has been completely shattered, mainly due to the high casualty numbers in Gaza. And obviously when that happens, when countries don't like you or what you stand for, they don't trade with you. They don't become your partners. They stay away from you. That all has an economic impact of its own that Israel is yet to realize. Now let's dive into the specifics of how Israel is really being affected. Tourism and hospitality, those were the two industries that were barely making their way back up to the normal standards after COVID, but now they're back down again. And the reason to that is obvious. Who's gonna travel to Israel during this time? Not many people. There's a lot of instability in the region, and that deters tourism. And another industry that's been hit hard is construction. And the reason why it's specifically construction is because Palestinian workers have been barred from entering into Israel. Therefore, the lack of construction workers. So obviously this is going to translate into delayed projects, into delayed outcomes, delayed productivity, and delayed economy. And in terms of broader economic implications, the Israeli government has to reroute its substantial amount of funding to military and to displaced citizens. And this increase in funds for those two things has resulted in higher taxes for the Israeli citizen and a higher quality of life and a higher cost of life for the Israeli citizen. And another industry is small businesses. Small businesses across the border of Gaza have all been shut down. The sheer uncertainty and the physical danger of being so close to the Gaza border has led to closures, has led to loss of income, and even resulted in permanent closures for businesses. But on a more personal level, the war's impact trickles down to the daily lives of Israelis. The increased cost of living, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding unemployment and safety, it has all led to a tangible shift in consumer behavior. People are more cautious with their spending. They're only buying things that they need instead of the things that they want. Even the real estate market, which was actually doing really good prior to October 7, has now gone back down. It's taken a huge hit. The war has actually led people to want to change where they live. And the reason is safety is the paramount concern for them, and rightfully so. Looking ahead, the long-term impact of this conflict is yet to be fully understood. However, what's clear is a need for a resilient and adaptive economic strategy that can withstand the uncertainties of such conflicts. For investors and business owners, this means a careful assessment of risk and a focus on sectors that are less likely to be affected by political and military upheavals. But guys, at the end of the day, the Israel-Hamas war is absolutely not good for the Israelis or the Palestinian people. In fact, it's actually killing a lot of Israelis and it's killing a lot of Palestinians. Although this video was about the economic impacts that Israel is going to face now and in the future, something that we cannot compare is the human lives lost, both on the Israeli side and the Palestinian side. But with that said, let's hope that that conflict does not expand into a regional war. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.